What is going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Gabriella, and this is Makeup Adventures with Gabby. It's been a while, and I know that I said that I was gonna be better, and then I wasn't, and then here we are. That's great. I filmed like maybe 2 or 3 videos that I have yet to edit, so I'm gonna post this one first, and I'm gonna post the rest because I think this one's gonna be a little bit shorter than the other ones. So it'll be faster to edit, and I'm really trying to be better, guys. I just lack a life, so that's it. I don't really have an excuse on why I haven't been editing and posting, so yeah. Today we're just gonna do a really quick get ready with me. I'm doing some errands. It's Saturday and I don't have to work today. I have been helping out at my old job in some Saturdays, and I think today, well, no, today's not the first Saturday that I haven't worked there, but I was really feeling tired, and I'm really happy that I'm not working there today. Although I really do miss it. Like, I love it. I love working there. So, anyways, I have some errands to do. We're celebrating my boyfriend's birthday today. Yay. And his family and my family are gonna come over, so I have to go get all the food for all the people. So, I have to go do that, and I have to go pick up my mom. And I actually have a pretty busy day today, so I'm gonna get right into it. We're just gonna do a quick everyday kind of look that I've actually been using this week. So let's get right into it. So without further ado, let's get right into the makeup, guys. Boom. So today I have decided to do my eyebrows on camera. Why? Because I've been really wanting to do like a eyebrow tutorial, but I haven't gotten around to it, so I'll just add it to this one, and then I'll do a more like in-depth video on how I do my eyebrows. Especially right now, I can't really do one because I have not gotten my eyebrows done in a really long time, so I need to go get that done. Anyways, so for my eyebrows, I'm gonna be using my Precisely My Brow Pencil, and this is supposed to be the mini size, but basically the only difference is it doesn't have the spoolie on the other end, which is totally fine because I have a bunch of these I was gonna say reusable, but they're not reusable, these spoolie thingies that I use on clients, and they're like the one use. Sorry, I have more clues. So I'm just gonna use these ones, and basically, especially when I don't want it to be an intense eyebrow day like today, I just want to have to clean them out so bad, but I just want to like give them a little bit more shape and kind of forget the fact that I haven't gotten them done in a while. So I'm just gonna brush them upwards and sideways, if that makes sense. So I'm going up here, and then as I go into the arch, I just go sideways, and then take my little thing here, and I'm just gonna use my mirror on this thing because I can't see from that far. And I always start with Tony Stark. Anyways, I always start with my arch over here, and I just do like slow motions of, like I just do lines basically. And then I fill it in, and then I work my way out. And then I start making like a square shape, and you can already tell there's a difference between both of my eyebrows. I take my spoolie thingy, I don't know what they're called, spoolie thingies, and I'm just gonna brush my hair up, sideways, and kind of try and blend everything together. And then I can also see if there's any spots that I've missed, like for example down here. And then I do the same thing, try and see if there's anything, like one space over here. I'm pretty sure I was trying to clean my eyebrows on myself, and I just took out a random hair, and then it was marked forever. So there you go. This is why I don't do my eyebrows myself. And then I just focused on, I'm gonna be focusing on the front of my eyebrow, just to make it a little bit more square. And then I always have, like, I normally do this in the morning. This has been my everyday look this whole week, basically. I've been doing this type of I'm just gonna be wearing concealer, just that type of thing. So I have been doing it in my washroom. And normally I have like a mirror that's really up close to my eyes or my face, and then I have a mirror that's far away, and I always look at my mirror close and then I look at the mirror far away. People won't look at you this close, so you have to like work with the mirror that's far as well, because that's where people will actually show you. Unless you're dating somebody and they're like really up close and personal, like my boyfriend, and he will always comment on my eyebrows. So my eyebrows gotta look good, guys. So I'm gonna do the other eyebrow off camera just to save a little bit of time, and I will be right back. Alright guys, so both of my eyebrows are done. Taking my Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Tan. I'm just gonna shape my eyebrows with that. And I only shape the bottom of my eyebrows, not the top. I don't know why, but that's just how I do it. And I always start again with the arc of the eyebrow. And then with the amount of concealer that I have, I'm just gonna set my eyes. I don't want it to go all the way up to my nose, because once it's set, it kind of looks weird, because again, I'm not wearing foundation today. So I'm just gonna blend it out with my beauty blender. Okay, and then I do the same thing on the other side. All right, and to set that, I'm using my Fenty Beauty Pro Filter powder. That doesn't just give me the help. I forgot to close the doors. Well, that's great. You're gonna hear everything. Now that it's set, my back is hurting a little bit today. Old, guys, I'm old. I'm gonna be taking my Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. I have not used this in a while. I used it yesterday and I forgot how much I liked it. One of my favorite palettes that I haven't used in a while, so I really like it. I'm not a huge fan of Jaclyn Hill. I never really was, but I do love this palette, so there's that. Okay, so we're gonna start. The names are really confusing because they're not like the way that they are in the front. They're like flipped. I don't know which one's which one. But if I am not mistaken, we are going to start with the shade Butter. Yeah, Butter, which is this one over here. And that's gonna be our crease shade, which we're gonna work on our crease. And it's a very similar to my skin tone. So I start with this one, and then I'm gonna add a second one for, a little bit more definition. So, and I'm just putting this on my crease. I'm not even bringing it into my outer corner. I've been really loving doing this kind of look where I do a very soft eyeshadow look, and then I just wear concealer, bronzer, obviously highlight, some blush. I've been really loving blush lately. Blush has been my favorite thing lately. So kind of like my lighting in the wrong setting, but that's fine. When do I ever have my lighting in the right setting? Or my camera lighting in the right setting? Never. And then I'm taking a smaller blending brush, and I don't think I'm gonna add one of another shade to my crease. I really like the way that that's turning out. So now I'm gonna take the shade Roxanne, which is this shade over here, and I'm gonna put just a little tiny bit of that with a smaller blending brush onto my outer corner. And I'm gonna try and focus it really on the outer part of it. And you can see that I'm bringing it up into my brow bone like this. Like that's enough. Like that's all I want of that shade there. Do the same on the other side. I'm kind of bringing it up here into the corner, the upper corner, just to add a little bit more like dimension to my eye. And now this brush over here that clearly needs to be washed, I'm gonna take the shade Jax. Let's not drop this again. Jax, which is this shade over here, because it isn't really working out for me. It's this red shade that I used yesterday and I'm in love with it. And that is gonna go on my outer corner. I'm not gonna bring it too high up onto my crease, but I'm gonna focus it more on the inner part, around here. They're gonna blend it in. I wanna add it a little bit up here. And I'm gonna take the first blending brush that we used and I'm just gonna blend all of that together. Sorry guys. I'm gonna put the brightness a little bit up. I'm gonna add a little bit of that Jax shade onto the corner here like that. Do the same thing on the other side. Look the same? Who knows? Oh, sorry guys, my back is struggling today. Feeling old. Blend all of that together. Then for my, not my crease, my shimmer shade is going to be, yikes. Which was the one that I used yesterday? I think it was that one, which is Mix, like Mix, one right there. And that's gonna go on my, not on my crease. Why do I keep saying crease? On my lid. My lid is what I'm looking for. I'm just gonna put that with my finger because why not? I don't want it to be too intense either, so I'm just like tapping on it and I'm not dragging it as I would if I really wanted it to be intense. And then now I'm gonna take that same brush that we used the red shade with. I'm just gonna blend that together. There we go. Look at me go. There we go. Look at me go. I'm gonna go. And for eyeliner, I'm gonna be using this Revlon. No, it's not Revlon. Whoa. This Maybelline Tattoo Studio crayon in the shade Bold Brown. So it's kind of like a dark brown, a brown still. And for this one, I am gonna use this mirror because I need to be up close and personal. And I always try to just focus it on my outer corner, so this part of my eye. It's because I find that's where like it makes the most definition in my eyes. And when I want to go on my lid, again, I just go on the corner. I just like, it's kind of like I'm trying to like erase something or color something in very lightly. And I bring it maybe about halfway into my eye. Just like that. Because I don't want it too intense. Boom, boom, boom. Again, I was in my lashes. I don't know why I do that. I always do my lashes last. So let's continue on to the face. Okay, so for the face, I always put primer. Well, not always, not when I'm not wearing makeup, but we're gonna put this primer on. Excuse me, which is the SOS primer by Clarence. And this is the Blurs Imperfection kind. I always say this, there's like 8 different kinds of this primer. Why do I use this primer? For when I don't want to wear a lot of makeup. I feel like it makes my whatever makeup I'm using stay longer. But oh, there's the boyfriend. Excuse me. Disturbing the peace. What? Did you guys hear that? Unbelievable. So that was That was the voice of my boyfriend. And I also like this because it makes my skin look just a little bit tiny bit lighter. So when I put my concealer, it doesn't look weird. Like, I don't know. I don't understand myself. But I really like it, and it like blurs my pores. It's amazing. I love it. So lately I've just been wearing concealer, and the way that I've been wearing concealer is I normally put it dots onto my eyes and wherever I want to hide it. Then yesterday I found like the perfect way to put concealer on when you just want to wear concealer. So I'm taking my concealer brush, I'm taking a little bit of this concealer, and then I'm kind of placing it where I want it to go, as if I was blending it in with this, but it doesn't have to be completely perfect. So I want it over here because that's where my dark circles are. And then I'm bringing it out, and then I'm gonna like bring it out to here because that's how I would kind of blend it with my beauty blender. And then I have like this little dot here that I want to cover, and I kind of just go like randomly to places. Doesn't necessarily mean that that's where I want to cover. I don't know. Then before I do the other side, I'm gonna blend this in, and then I blend everything else together. So I'm gonna do the other side, and I don't need to set it like right away because again, I don't want it to look too intense. So then I do a little bit on my forehead, kind of just to highlight, and then I blend. And now I set the rest of my face. I'm gonna do that with my Fenty Beauty Pro Filter powder. I'm just taking this small brush for underneath my eyes. This has definitely become one of my favorite setting powders. And for the rest of my face, I'm just taking a big powder brush like this. And I set the rest of my face, even like if I didn't put any concealer on it. I find it gives it like a little shade. I'm kind of using this as if I was using a powdered foundation. It doesn't add any coverage or anything. It's just to set the concealer that I use and the primer. And I don't need a lot of it. Now move on to bronzer and all that kind of stuff. So I'm taking my Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula. I need to go get a new one because I'm clearly running out of it. When you do your neck with this, just make sure that you go down to a little bit so it doesn't look weird, you know. And I'm gonna add a little bit of the bronzer here from my Too Faced Natural Face Palette, the top one here, which is called Sunny Honey. I'm just adding a little bit of that one. For blush, I'm actually using that same palette, and I'm taking Pink Sand. I'm gonna do my highlight last. So I'm gonna finish my eyes with this, and I'm gonna take the first shade that we used, which was Butter, I think, if I'm not mistaken. This brush over here. It's dirty. And I'm just putting that on my lower lash line. My camera's dying, so. And then I'm just taking the red shade that we took, which I think the name was Jax. And I'm focusing that on my outer corner, but I'm gonna bring it into the inner corner. And it will define my eye a little bit more as well. And for highlight, I'm gonna be using my Butter highlight from Physicians Formula that I actually really love. And I don't want it to be too intense. I'm taking this fluffy dual brush. I'm gonna put that, and then it's so intense. Like, I love it. Basically glitter. This is really intense. I didn't want it to be this intense, but there we go. I'm gonna be using that same highlight to do my brow bone and my inner corner of my eye. I forgot my lip product, but it's okay. I don't think I'm gonna wearing lipstick today. Alright, so for mascara, I'm going to be taking my YSL The Shock mascara that I've been loving. It's the only mascara I've been using lately. It's definitely one of my new favorites. I don't know how I feel about it compared to my Better Than Sex one, but it's pretty high up there. I'm gonna use that a little bit on my bottom lashes, not a lot. I don't want to look like a camera dive, so that's great. Anyways, I was saying that I'm gonna be using my Bite Beauty lip product in the shade Glaze. This is the Matte Cream Lip Crayon. And I don't want it too intense again because, like, I don't know, my lips are really dry. I'm just doing like the outside of my lips. Trying to give like a little bit of a faded effect. I'm just using my finger. And then now to set my face, I'm going to be using my MAC Fix Plus that I'm loving. I just feel like I'm using too much of it, so I try not to use a lot of it, but I still use a lot of it, so oh well. Anyways, very watery. I was like, where's the cap? But there's no cap for it, so. Alright guys, so this is the final look. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I tried to do it a little bit more like beginner level, I guess, in a way. I definitely, not that there's levels in makeup because you're always learning in makeup, I find. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and to share this video to the world. I would really appreciate that. I don't have anything else to say, so I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!